Hello, and welcome to the tutorial I'm going to be doing to teach you how to learn Lua in Roblox. Now, so to start off, you're going to want to insert a script in the workspace. Do this by going down, right-click, and then go to Insert Object, and then click a script. So in alphabetical order, if I can find them. I don't know. Okay, so now you've opened up a script. Your script window is not going to look like this because I've changed some of the color settings, but it's still going to be the same thing even though the colors are different. This is just because I feel I like scripts on a black background. It makes it easier to edit. So now we're going to create a variable. A variable can be basically anything in Lua. Create a string, a number, an object, or a bool value. I'll show you those in a second. So local, you don't need to do local. Okay, so value 1 is equal to test. So that variable is equal to a string. Value 2 is equal to, let's just make it a number, so 5. Value 3 is equal to, actually, I don't know why I keep it in spaces, but value 3 is going to be equal to an object. So let's just do game.workspace.baseplate. And this is our basic baseplate. Actually, we're going to insert a part into workspace first. We're going to name this part. Oh, crap. I deleted it. Name this part test, or yeah, test part. And then let's test part. And then last but not least, value 4 is equal to a Boolean value, which can be true or it can be false. So that's an easy way to tell if something is true or false. So once you do that, we are going to no, there's no point in testing it right now. We're going to add some things. So we're going to print the value. So we're going to print a parentheses, and we're going to do value 1. We're going to print it all in order. And with value 3, it's an object, so printing it is going to be a bit weird. We're going to print value 3 dot, let's just do transparency, and that is how transparent a part is, if you didn't know. And then we're going to print value 4 to show you that all these values can be printed. You can test it out. So if you play it, down here in output, it's going to display our values. So test, and 5, and then 0, and then true. If you don't have an output, what you're going to want to do is go to View, click Command Bar, and Output. You're also going to want to have a toolbox and a Explorer and Properties. So if you don't see any of this, you might want to open Explorer Properties, Command Bar Output, and Toolbox. Toolbox isn't really as important, but if you are into free models, I don't use free models, but it's there for you. I normally just use it to look for my own models. But we're going to move on now. And first thing, I want to move on to for loops. Well, yeah. Okay, so for loops. Well, loops in general. So if we create a loop, if you want to create a loop that's never ending really, you do while, wait, do. And then enter. It should do an end automatically for you. And then, once you have this, you're going to want to do whatever you want to do inside the loop. So let's just say, actually I'm not going to do anything because that's probably going to cause a crash, but we can do wait 1. So, and then we're going to print. You never want to do a while wait do loop with 0. It will crash the game. Don't do it. It's just a bad idea. Print test. So it's going to print test at a very fast rate. Let's just test this. And as you can see, it's going to print test every 0.1 second. No, every 1 second. Sorry. So that's a loop. That loop is useful for a couple of things. If you want to constantly check the value of something, that could be used for it. Okay, But now we're going to move on to the for loop. So let's say we're going to want to move this part. Let's move this part constantly. Let's move this part sideways like this. Okay, so we're going to move. So it's negative right now. Let's move it from local part. The reason I do local is because that's only local. If you remove the local, it goes throughout the entire script. If it's not local, then it's only in that quadrant of code. So local part is equal to workspace. You can do workspace or game.workspace. So it's up to personal preference, but they are the same thing. Test part. Okay, so for I through Z, for I is equal to negative 34 to 0. Let's just do, let's do positive 34. And we're going to do increments of 0.1. Yeah, and then do. And then you're going to do part dot position. We're going to actually create some more local values. So local Y, local X, local Y, and local Z. And local X is equal to part dot position dot X. Local Y is equal to part dot position dot Y, and Z is equal to part dot position dot Z. Local part dot position is equal to cframe dot new, and this is going to replace the position with our current position. So if we're going to move it sideways, we're actually not going to need X. I don't know why I was thinking we needed X, but we do not need X. We need I, and then Y, and the current Z value. So what that's going to do is it's going to repeat this loop every time. And actually we're going to put a wait here, and this waits. It pauses the script until the wait time is over. So this could be useful when you're doing like an intermission or something along that line. So we're going to wait every 0.05 seconds. And then it's going to update. So let's test this. So actually, yeah, this part. Hold on. Okay, back. Oh, I did cframe on accident. It's actually supposed to be vector3.new. I'm sorry. And then we're just gonna run it, because as you can see, the part's moving. Looks like a freaking snake. Holy crap! Looks cool actually. So that's moving. You can see the position is changing. This is gonna keep going until it reaches 34. Until x is equal to 34. So this is gonna just keep on moving until the for loop is completed, and then we can add something here saying print done. So that's going to print the string done once this for loop is completed. And this will not move on to the rest of the script until this for loop has been completed here. So this is useful for a lot of things actually. It's useful for moving parts. It's useful for testing parts, I guess. A lot of things it's used for. A lot of people have found a bunch of different ways to use it in useful ways. So once this reaches 0, the x coordinate is equal to 0, it's going to print done. So it's just going to show you. So once it's done, it's going to print done, and that means it's moved on and it's done with the for loop. Okay, so that's pretty simple, right? That's going to be the end of this episode, but make sure you catch me next episode for more tutorials. This was the basics and for loops, or loops just in general. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a